All right, guys, welcome back to Barbershop Reviews. Today we're in Springfield, Missouri. We're gonna be with Thad Forrester, co-owner of Hudson Hawk. We're gonna get a full beard shave today and a haircut. Let's go check them out. Hudson Hawk was actually spawned right about where I'm standing right now because my business partner, Paul, he ran a salon called Studio 417, still does. They used to operate in this building. They've since moved on to a newer, larger location, but Paul is my barber, my stylist, and one day out of the blue, Paul says, have you ever thought about being a barber? He's like, I know I'd love to open up a barber shop, but there's no way I'm not a barber. I want to keep doing what I'm doing. And you're one of the people I wouldn't be mind doing a business partnership with. So, long story short, I went to my wife. I was in corporate America. I'd worked for 12 years in advertising and marketing, and went home and talked to my wife about it, expecting her to tell me I'm nuts and that would put it all to bed. And instead she said, I think that sounds like a great idea. From a conversation between me and Paul right here in this exact spot, we stand where we are today. My favorite part of barbering is the variety of the every day is different, you know? Even though we're cutting hair and that's our tool, right? This is a customer service business. So every conversation, every interaction that we have with our customers is what keeps it interesting. I always tell my barbers that start working for the company that there's very few jobs in this world where you have the opportunity to improve somebody's day every time they sit in your chair. And I think that's one of the things that makes barbering so special is everybody looks forward to going to the barber. Everybody looks forward to getting a fresh haircut, and you're able to make an impact on so many people's lives on a daily basis. I definitely enjoy the haircutting process. It shows you the most stark contrast, although I did just get done doing a pretty extreme makeover on you with the beard. But it's funny. Guys can get haircuts on a regular basis, but if a guy invests in his beard, they are way more careful about making sure that is dialed. If you mess up somebody's beard, you only get one shot. If you mess up a haircut or do something like that, you know, they'll give you another chance. But haircutting is my favorite. I like the variety. I like being able to use the combination of my tools. That's my favorite part. I tell you, my favorite part of Hudson Hawk as a business is being able to watch and develop the barbers and the team members that we have. We've been fortunate to grow from one location to now we have 4 here in Springfield and we have 1 in Kansas City. And we've learned a lot over the last 4.5 years. We've tried hiring outside people to come into the company. We've tried all these different things, and we've realized through trial and error that the best thing we can do is invest in our people and in the processes that we're creating here as an organization. And being able to watch people develop and grow within an organization is the thing that really gets me and Paul fired up. We love growing and creating something that hasn't been done in this industry, and it really, really makes it fun to come to work every day. So when I'm not cutting hair and I'm in the shops working with the barbers or working with the leads in the different shops, whatever the case may be, that's the piece that I enjoy the most. I think most people in this industry would tell you an ideal client is somebody who comes to your chair and looks for lets you create what you want to create. There's somebody that would come to you and say, I'm here as you're the professional, do what makes me look good, because I feel like that's what separates Hudson Hawk from a lot of the places that you would go get your haircut is the people here can look at your head shape, can look at your hair type, can look at your lifestyle and how you live and craft the look that is best for you. And to me, that's when you have that kind of freedom and that kind of trust, you know, you've got a customer that values what you do for a living. And to me, that's the best kind of client. My philosophy on barbers, and Paul agrees, is the fact that we would rather hire a team of adequate barbers that have phenomenal customer experience and customer service and fit into our culture. To me, that is the most valuable piece. And I think that's what makes us so unique, is that each one of our shops feels different. They each have their own vibe and their own feeling, and the teams have developed into families. I mean, we have some really cool stuff that goes on in all of our shops. People step up in different ways, and you spend as much time with these people as you do with your family. So hiring people that mesh with the culture, they have to be able to execute the right kind of cuts and the quality that we want, but that cultural component and being able to fit with what we're building is the most important component. Hudson Hawk, our vision for the company is we're the barbershop for all generations, okay? So that is a broad statement, but it's exactly what we're executing here. We are not looking to be a fad. We're not looking to be something that's here for 5 years and gone. We're looking to be something that survives generations. We have everything from World War II vets to kids coming in for their first haircuts. And we're able to cultivate a culture that is accepting to anybody that would walk through our doors just wanting to get a good experience. And that's something we want to see continue for decades. So that's the barbershop for all generations. Hudson Hawk gets involved in a lot of different areas, and that's something that we definitely want to continue to amplify as we grow. We partner with different back-to-school organizations to provide haircuts for back-to-school programs. We've worked with Convoy of Hope to support some of their efforts that they have throughout different parts of the world, especially with regards to the new all the hurricanes and the damage that's been happening in the South. But we've got an Airstream trailer that we've put together and finalized recently, and we hope to utilize that for more charitable efforts and things in the near future.
Well, it was a combination of, I'd been in the industry for over 15 years on the women's side of things, and I just saw a big need once having, small children, especially 2 boys. Really wanted them to have that same experience I had growing up in a masculine environment, very similar type barbershop that my father took me to. But yet with kind of a modern edge, I wanted to also be modernist and understand the world and fashion and design and all that. So that's really kind of how the whole concept started about. I moved to LA from the Midwest here when I was about 18 years old, and I loved the fashion industry, and I worked a little bit in the fashion industry on a different facet of the industry, but all the people that I worked with that did hair were very inspiring, and I loved the fact that they made their own schedules, and they were who they were, and I always kind of gravitated to that. And one day I just was walking down the street in Santa Monica, California, and passed the Vidal Sassoon Academy, and it's the #1 school in the world. And I walked indoors, and kind of the rest is history. That was over 20 years ago. For me, now it's really more about challenging myself to arrive and to do the best I possibly can for that person. And then, at the end of that, then they get to experience that for 4 to 6 weeks. And it's a game changer when you have a great haircut or a great color. The #1 reason is the people, is the opportunity that we've created and the unlimited amount of growth that someone can experience within our company. We're just kind of getting started. So the ability to take these young people that are fresh and care, and they really want to do something great, that's why we created the company. And that's literally been the reason why we've been able to grow like we've have, is just the people, the hardworking people, the care, and the desire to be different and to be the best. It's more about having a really good level of communication, and once you have that level of communication, really pulling from them what their dream is or what they really want, and then my job is to create that. And so for me, it's really about kind of combining the two together and just giving them that opportunity to look the best they possibly can. We're all about character for the most part. That I would say that's probably one of the #1 things. You can teach anybody to do hair, but you can't teach someone to have character. So for us, just finding someone with really good morals and character would probably be one of my #1 things that we look for when we hire somebody, and then someone that has the desire to learn and to always be learning. It's evolved, and it will be evolving, and it will constantly be evolving, because that's just my character and Thad's character. But it started out a little more industrious. We've just got more into design and architecture and the passion behind that and the minimalism of that. It creates a really healthy working environment for the staff, for the clients. And so, year after year, shop after shop, we learn how to make things last longer, more durable, better lighting, all those things. And it's always going to be evolving. So, I would just say it's going to be futuristic one day if we stick around that long. That's always been a forefront of mine in this business and the other business that I own. Really, we have the opportunity to give back to our community in a lot of ways, but the #1 way was, obviously making people feel good about themselves. So whether it be someone that's lost their job or someone that's homeless or back to school cuts for kids that can't afford to come in, we go to them and give them that opportunity. So we're always looking for ways to share our craft within our community. It's part of what makes us very special, is always giving back, and the staff sees it and the clients see it, and they really want to help grow our business for us. Well, with my son's name on the door, it's hard to not think about that, but I'm more living in the moment kind of guy and just want to be present and relative for right now. Legacy is kind of a funny word, because it's like that would mean that you would have to want to, be well known, and I just assume no one know me. So hopefully what our legacy can be and will be for the company, not myself, is just really great steady jobs for forever until robots basically take our job over. It's an ever-changing industry. There is no magic bullet to this industry, and I think that a lot of people are looking for that in life. A pill, someone else to solve their problems. But at the end of the day, like, this is one of the only industries in the world you can give yourself a raise every day, every month, every year. And it can also afford you the opportunity to be free and have your own remote control in your hand and solve a lot of your own problems. And it's not for the weak, but it is, I feel, one of the best industries in the world.